Hi there. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Doors. Today, we get to have a conversation and sit down with one of my good friends. His name is Matthew Finney. Fantastic guy, has a really interesting story and a lot to talk about in the door-to-door sales market. Have a good one. Stay focused because there's so much material in this, and let's open some doors today. Hey guys, Nick here.
What's going on, y'all? Zach here,
We're just two guys trying to make the world a better place.
and welcome to the Doors.
All right. Round I'm gonna 3, 2, 1. Round two. Fight. Hi guys. Welcome to the Doors. We're the developers of our opportunities reinforcing success. My name is Nicholas Sternloff,
My name is Zachary Otts.
and today we have my friend Matt Finney on the show. And first off, just let you know a little bit of our background. Me and him have known each other for about 5 years. He's a fantastic cheerleader. He's a really interesting guy with a really interesting story about, especially what he's done over the past year and a half. So, Matt, what's up, man?
What's up?
welcome to the second trial run.
Hey, I like it. I'll do a better introduction this time.
Hey, all right. So, tell the viewers, tell the people just a little bit about yourself, a little bit about what you're doing.
I'll tell the people what they love to hear. So, my name's Matthew Finney. I was originally born in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm a Canadian citizen. Now my family moved. Yeah, fun fact.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so my family moved down to a town called Louisville, Texas. It's about 30 minutes north of Dallas. So I grew up around there. I went to Louisville High School. That's when I first started cheerleading around freshman year. When I graduated high school, I was like, I want to cheer in college. So I looked at a couple community colleges, Navarro College and Trinity Valley. I tried out at both, and it ended up choosing to go with Navarro College. So I cheered there for a year, and then after that, I transferred to Morehead State University up in Kentucky, being Eagle. And then after that, I transferred to Texas Tech University, and I'm currently a cheerleader here. And I'm also currently a team leader for a good company called Aruza Marketing.
Dude, so number one, your cheer accolades, just running through all those collegiate programs that have been fantastic. That number one, that's an amazing feat right there. College cheerleading is on another whole fucking level, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Zach and I know this too, but we cheered together my freshman year. But just the amount of physical feat you have to perform through that is ridiculous. But on another note, being a team leader at Aruza Marketing, that is wild after your first year there. So I know we just went through this, but why don't you give a little spiel about what Aruza is and the marketing you've been doing and the things that have led you to the point you are right now.
Yeah, I gotcha. So what Aruza Marketing is it's a marketing firm that trains salesmen to go sell door to door, specifically for pest control. So basically, what it is a guy named Pedro Maverick Lopez. He cheers at Texas Tech. He recruited me one day. He was talking to me about my future, and I was like, yeah, I just really don't know what I want to do. I didn't really have a path. And he's like, well, he actually owns part of the branch in Greensboro, North Carolina. It's where we sold our first summer. So he was talking about how he made $34,000 in a summer, and I was like, there's no way you made that. And I was like, show me. Yeah, and he pulls out his banking app, boom, 12 grand right there. I was like, all right, sign me on. and the rest is history.
Wild. I think, but like, what's especially like crazy about this? I mean, a lot of our viewers around our age too is, I mean, when you're in college, you don't have time for a good job. Like I have a decent job right now, but you don't have time to do that. And they're setting up an internship program where people are learning to use real life skills, door to door sales. They're actually making commissions based off of the deals you're making. and they're implementing the system, and it's allowing them to create a lot of revenue for their actual business. I think it's a wild, fantastic idea that they put together.
Oh, I personally think it's the greatest thing that I've experienced in my life so far. Honestly, it does sound like a pyramid scheme. I made
Yeah.
$52,000 in the summer, but it's not. It really isn't. It's just you get to work for yourself rather than working for someone. Let's say you work at McDonald's, make $10 an hour. You work 40 hours a week. You're making $400, and then
You're
yeah,
making
yeah,
$600 Yeah.
yeah, and then taxes come take out, and you're making like 320, and you're working 40 hours a week. With this internship, that's the cool part because you never dread going into work. You go the next day you go into work, you're excited because you're making your own money, right? There's no set hour that you're gonna make. One day I made $3,500, and I was on top of the world. So it's really cool because it teaches you how to work for yourself. And after the summer internship, I will never work an hourly job again in my life, just because I can work for myself and make more money. I'm more valuable than an hourly job.
Damn right. Damn
Damn
right.
right. Damn right.
Hell yeah.
So Matt, what do you
I think
think?
it's quite interesting as well. I mean, one of the so like, go ahead, Zach. Go ahead, Zach.
Oh, well, I was just gonna ask, why do you think people like to work for themselves? Do you think it's something to do with the freedom of like financial literacy, like you were talking about, or do you think people generally like to just be in control of their circumstances?
Well, that's the thing. Not everyone likes to work for themselves. There are people that would rather, work 9 to 5 for about like 70, $80,000 a year, and they are content with that.
Hmm.
It takes a certain kind of person with a certain kind of mindset to do door to door sales.
Yeah. I've had some opportunities as a recent to looking into like solar sales door to door, but it's one of those things that I'd have to move cross country for. I don't know if I'm gonna get trained right, but like this program that they set up to Aruza, they house you, they feed you, they put you in every situation for you to succeed, as well as you just said they train you in a way that allows you to understand the circumstances that behind what you're going into. Just before this one, he explained that basically you come up with they give you a spiel, and they understand the different responses that people are going to have, and you can expect how to engage or respond based upon the actions of those people. And I was like, that is a genius plot right there.
Hmm.
Like,
Oh,
wow.
Oh yeah, I mean it is honestly amazing because there's a lot of other companies, like you can sell solar door to door, you can do security systems, people sell vacuums, and there's a lot of other companies that will do that for you. But a lot of other door to door companies really just focus on making money from commission. They don't really focus on the business aspect part of it. So I know a company called Hawks. You have to go out there. When you go out there, you have to pay for rent as the months go. You have to buy an iPad so you can sell door to door, and you pretty much just have to pay for everything else. That's the cool thing with Aruza is they pay for your living, right? They give you $100 voucher to get out to wherever we are. This summer I'll be in Austin, Texas, so get $100 voucher to come out to Austin, Texas, pay for all your living, and then they give you a free iPad. Like we got the newest of the newest iPads, to use to sell door to door. And on top of that, they give you a free Segway so you can ride around door to door rather than walk. It's just
Great
it's just an
incentive.
amazing company.
Great
I
incentives,
mean,
man.
it's we've talked. I agree. One of the things that we've talked about implementing, which is as we get more into the doors and find more people alike and trying to do this, is implementing a internship program as well, where we teach people real world skills in communication and media production. But I think the way that they've done it, and I don't know how long they've been doing this for, but it allows these people that come in like you to feel successful coming out of it and have a new skill, as well as bringing in revenue. I mean, I already said that, but it just still blows my mind. Like it's almost a perfect setup.
Oh, it is a perfect setup. Obviously, it is commission based, so some people do better than others. But if you're a go-getter, if you're a hard worker, if you want to be the best of the best, then I would highly recommend doing door-to-door sales or finding something that you can work for yourself because, the financial freedom that I gained from this. I mean, I made $52,000 in 3 months. That's almost someone's salary. I paid off student debt.
Fucking wild.
I paid off student debt. I paid off all my college tuition for this year. I started a retirement fund, a Roth IRA, and I have investments. I would have never imagined myself being in this position a year ago.
I still think it's wild, dude. It's just crazy. But like, I mean, in the sense of one of the cool things that I've done is I've already set up. People our age don't know about retirement accounts. They don't understand how to spend their money well. I have a 790 credit score. I have a 401k, and I'm working into getting a Roth, and I have an Acorns account, and I'm saving money for my retirement now. But like, the way they set you up in that is like, here's a great representation of my goals next year, which is the reason why like I'm very interested in Aruza Marketing, and I'm glad to be talking to him tomorrow and be in contact with you and with Chris. But like my whole goal, like I've set up goals that I want to achieve, and the next one is $70,000 next year, and that's not like something crazy. But there's so many people out there that undermine their ability to grow and continue to learn and able to earn these things. And I feel like this is the way that they've set up this program is a great way for people to understand how to actually go out and make money, save money, and earn things on your own dime.
I mean, that's what's so great about it.
It's amazing. And not a lot of college. Oh, sorry, Zach. I'll let you go.
No, you're good, Matt. I was just saying, anything that has to do with sales and it's your own individual achievement or success, the more skill that you put into it, the more that you're going to get back. Going along with directly what you said, it's one of those things where if you're one of those people that has good attention to detail, you're personable, you're building that good potential trust with your clients, you're going to be able to be successful. But on the opposite end of the spectrum like that, if you don't put all your time and all your energy into it, building those skill sets, having a good environment to teach you the things you need to do, then sometimes it makes it a little bit more difficult for you. But I really love the aspect that you guys have, because it seems like you guys have a really professional business model.
I didn't catch what you said at the end. I think your mic's a little bit staticky.
He basically stated that he loves the way that the business model runs, and the way they set it up, because if you're a go-getter like you said, it sets you up for success in a way that you can be successful and do the things you want to do.
Yeah.
So what's the next move? I know you're a team leader and you're working in Austin. What is this move? Is it going to be this next upcoming summer that stuff starts happening this big, or what are you doing right now? I know you're trying to recruit and other things.
Yeah, I got you. So right now, I'm really just focusing on school. Online schools, it's tough. I do terrible looking at a computer and learning. I'd rather be in person. Focus on cheerleading as well. I'm also doing CrossFit, trying to get in shape. It's super cool because Aruza is such a cool company that the owners, they're offering a get in shape like incentive. So like we're to do like body transformations, and like first place gets like a $400 Gymshark gift card, second place gets like a $300, and third place gets like a $200. So it's just super cool that they care about us outside of the business aspect part of it. But what I'm really focusing on for this next summer is I'm trying to recruit and train a team to come sell with me in Austin right now. Right now, I have 14 guys signed on. My end goal is 50. It's a really high goal. I'm not sure if I'll be able to hit it, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try my hardest to hit that.
So did they just open up that Austin branch and now you're the team leader of it, or has it been there?
So the way Aruza works is we're a marketing company. So basically we train salesmen, and then they sell the salesmen to a different company. So Aruza Marketing Yeah, Aruza Marketing is under Aruza Pest Control. So that's what I sold last year in North Carolina was Aruza Pest Control. There's like 5 branches in the North and South Carolina area that are Aruza Pest Control. Now, since we have so many guys that did so well to qualify for team leaders, they're selling us to bigger companies like Massey and Moxie, and we're gonna go sell for them in Austin. So I'm gonna go sell with Massey in Austin next summer.
Okay, so you're basically a middleman where you're contracting out actual work to pest control places like what you just said in Austin, rather than Aruza, which is mainly in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, so it's a marketing company that sells to pest control companies.
That's it. I mean that's where the money is, because I mean they don't want to go door to door and they don't know how to do sales like you guys do, like proper communication skills. I guarantee you most pest control people don't have that.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people have skills or have the mindset for sales. I personally think being a salesman is one of the greatest things you can ever do for yourself because everything in life is either being bought or everything's being sold. In a job interview, you're always trying to sell yourself. You're always trying to make yourself better. So if you know how to do it efficiently and effectively, I mean, you're just going to come off as an amazing person.
Yes, sir.
That what you just stated right there, that you said that everything is in life is either being bought or sold. That right there, that's a quote, man. But that's it's so important. It really is to understand that. Yeah. Whew.
Yeah, I
Nice
mean,
one.
it honestly,
That's really
it was
interesting,
such a
man.
good
I
opportunity
think that
for me. I've learned so
at
many
the end
life skills
of
that
the
I'm just
what they have
so
going on,
beyond
especially
blessed
going
for this
into
opportunity.
like just selling, it's great.
So, what do you think people
It
need to
really is.
do then if they're, starting a new job or they want to get into sales? What's the first thing that they should do, Matt?
Did you hear what Zach said?
No, I didn't hear him at all.
He said basically, what would you tell someone that's trying to get into sales? What ideas or things should they be thinking about to try to get into a sales position?
So, just as a basic internship, this is a sales internship. Obviously, there are a lot higher places to do sales, like medical sales, pharmaceutical sales. But just as an entry level for sales, like door to door, just be yourself. At the end of the day, it really does matter up to your personality. And not everyone is fit for door to door sales. I'll be honest with you. Some people just aren't. But if you be yourself and if you're a hard worker, you're a go getter, and you want to be the best of the best, then I would highly recommend getting into sales. Um, if you have the attitude that, I want to be the best of the best, I want to work for myself, I want to make the most money and get the best experience that I can get from a company, then look into door to door sales. It really does change lives.
Oh well, I think there's a key aspect to it too. Is that at the end of the day, what I realized through managing is, and in different aspects of the jobs that I've worked, um, basically, um, that you get dug in the trenches. The more you're in the trenches, the more you're going to learn. And I think that it does have an aspect of course, you learned from the actual experiences and the things they taught you, but throwing yourself in the trenches and being able to put yourself out there, I feel like that's where the more you struggle, the more you learn. Like you have to put yourself in a place of uncomfortability to really grow. And I think that door to store sales, I've never done it, but I know that it's not something you're usually comfortable with until you get the hang of it, or you actually start to understand the actual mannerisms and the things that you need to be going in and out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Door to door sales, you learn a lot from the company, but when you're out there by yourself, you learn a lot about yourself, right? You're constantly getting told no left and right every single day. I mean, I probably get about 200 no's a day, and about 5 yeses a day. So, you get told no over and over and over again. It really does take a toll on your emotion because no one likes getting told no. Some days I'll sell. I think the day I sold the most accounts, I sold 9 accounts and generated about $5,300 in revenue for that. So I made like $3,500, and I was on top of the world. I was like, oh my god! I literally called my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm on a sales high right now. I'm amazing. and then some days. Yeah, and then some days that I have sold 0 accounts, and I literally am like, wow, I just worked 8 hours for free. Oh my gosh, I hate this. I want to go home. So that when you're out on the doors, it really teaches you how to master your emotions and keep your head on a level that, if you do end up selling 0 accounts in one day, that's okay. I'm going to go out the next day and do better. And if you sell a lot of accounts in one day, you'll be like, all right, good job. Now I need to focus on the next day.
That's such a great point. I think that I learned a lot of the same key aspects from cheerleading, is that at the end of the day, you're the only person that can make yourself better. You're the only person that's in your head. You're the only person that literally keeps moving forward. And if that's wild, if you can't push past that, you're not going to succeed. So
yeah, no, it does take a certain type of person to do door-to-door sales.
Yeah. I mean, one of the cool things too I'm going through, that's one of the skills that I want to talk about. I want to obtain is sales. And I've listened to a lot of sales podcasts. And one of the things that they just kept talking about, it's a whole different situation from what you're doing, but you go out there and just do your best. And you make friends, you do what you can, and then you learn from your mistakes. And that's a really, really interesting place to be in continually. So, oh, you're good, my man.
It is, man. And eventually
I was
you
just
get to a
basically,
point where you realize, like, okay, this is. Go ahead, Nick.
I was basically just saying that we're all cutting each other off now. But I was basically just saying that honestly, in a sales position, I've listened to a lot of sales podcasts. I've never actually done any selling. I've been mostly in the restaurant business and coaching and doing this. But at the end of the day, the most important thing you can do is make friends. You try to hear their problems, and if you come from a place of understanding and growth, the only thing that you can do is beat yourself. It's like cheerleading.
Yeah, no, it all, at the end of the day, it is about being personable and understanding people. Because if someone comes up to your door and just randomly starts talking to you, you're not going to trust them. So you got to find ways to like open up and connect to them on a person-to-person experience. And I've met so many people on the doors. I met the vice president of Merrill Lynch. She offered to do like financial stability for me, and I was like, oh, that's super cool. Another guy, I met the CEO of Bridgestone, like the tires, and he just talked to him for like an hour. And I met super rich people. We go to we go to rich neighborhoods, and there are just some fat houses, and I'm like, what'd you do for a living? And I just sit there and I just get into a talk with them for 30 minutes. I had one lady, she's like, I'll buy some for you, but just come sit and talk with me. She gave me a beer, just sat down and just talked to her about life for like 30 minutes. So it's super cool that the people that you get to meet, and there's people on the doors that have offered me jobs. Like someone offered me a job in sales for car computers, like the actual computer itself in the cars. Like, yeah, if you can sell some car software,
That's wild,
that's
man.
pretty good.
Yeah. And you never know what it can open up for you. Because sales is one of those things where you meet new people
don't
every
know
day.
what's going to be
People
behind the
from
door.
different ethnicities. You never do, man. But
at the end of the day,
what do you think is
real quick,
one key aspect that you need to have? Go ahead, Nick.
No, you're already in it. Go ahead.
Oh, my stuff's lagging, guys. I apologize for that. But what do you think is a key aspect for someone that wants to get into sales? What do you think is something that they need to have or something that they need to gain?
Well, honestly, you can teach anyone how to be a salesman. Some people it's harder than other people's, but the main main key factor that I would say to be a salesman is just being able to learn and being a hard worker. Because, it does take certain character traits. You got to be able to talk to people. You got to be confident with yourself. But if you're a hard worker, we can teach you all of that. If you really want this job and you really want to be the best of the best, then I will sit here and I will teach you for hours on hours and hours until you are perfect.
Mm. Mm.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
But that's what it's all. That's what it's all about, man. I think that it's a great. I mean, opening the doors is a great acronym because it applies to so many different things. But you really are, as a salesman, going out there doing that for Aruza Marketing or any salespeople. You are the developer of your own success. You are doing this through the opportunities that you come across and how you actually look at and affect the circumstances you actually put in the world. And I think that's what's such an interesting part about being a salesperson is because you are literally making your world, and that's like they don't teach you that growing up. I mean, we aren't taught a lot of things growing up, but this is a whole new world. It's like trying to explain cheerleading to someone that's never been in cheerleading. It's a whole separate world.
Oh yeah, it is. Honestly, it is a sport. Selling is a sport. I like to reference it to cheerleading as well because in cheerleading, there's no cap, there's no potential, there's no like limit that you reach at cheerleading. There's always something harder you can do. You can never perfect the skill of cheerleading, and that's the same way with sales. You can never perfect your pitch. You can never perfect the objections you get and how you overcome them. You can never overcome anything in sales. You can always get better.
Damn right.
It's constant, never-ending progression, man. It never stops.
Exactly. I mean, even after like halfway through the summer, I would still train. I'd be like, hey, get behind that door and let me do my pitch to you. Give me some corrections. Give me some feedback. Tell me how I can get better. And the cool thing about Aruza is we have something called Aruza University. What it is we've hired the 1% of the 1% of people who've gone door to door. People like Sam Tacker and Josh Zuniga. You probably don't know them, but they are like icons in the door to door world. So we hired them to make videos specifically for Aruza so we can learn from the best. And it's cool because in the morning meetings, we'll play Aruza University and we'll just watch and learn. And I remember I learned something on Aruza University. I was like, all right, I'm going to go out to the doors. And I sold like 6 accounts that day. And I was like, oh, it's super cool. So it's always constantly about getting better. It's about learning and being the best salesman you can be.
Ooh. Damn, son. Well, I think that's so cool. I've had my at Panda Express. We had a university kind of thing too, but like it's less the way I learned at least was less hands-on, and it really didn't infuse like the actual ideals behind what they were trying to do into the people. But I think sitting down with your team and having that actual experience of trying to learn together, number one, I think having a good team behind you makes the world a difference in whatever you're doing. But especially if you're going out and you are trying to do this on your own, having people that are doing the same thing and knowing that they're struggling or succeeding in the same way you are, I think that's a huge benefit to what the moves you're trying to make or even your mentality.
Well, and for you guys listening
it's
too,
all about the team.
Yeah, think about what
You
Matt
go
and
back.
Nick just said. It's about that environment. You have to surround yourself with people and individuals that want you to be better. You can't, expect yourself to be a diamond, when you're hanging around in the charcoal mines. You have to surround yourself with other individuals that are going to uplift you. People like, Matt's talking about right now. They can teach you those sales strategies. They can teach you how to be successful. But, it's like one of the things that Nicholas and I talk about. You have to be willing to take that first step and do some of the dirty work yourself to do that.
Oh, it's exactly like that. We literally give you all the tools to be successful. We give you that pickaxe, that shovel, the mine cart, literally everything. You just have to go out there and you got to find the diamonds yourself. And the cool thing about Aruza is we get a lot of people that apply and go through the interview process that want to do the internship, but we only take a select few. And those people have the same mindset as we do, the same attitude as we do, and we're all just striving to be the best person we can be. So the environment is just it's something you can't even explain. You just gotta experience it for yourself. Everyone just wants the best for each other. Everyone wants to be the best, and it's competitive too. Because when you go sell, there's an app and it has leaderboards, so you can see who sold the most accounts in a day and who's generated the most revenue. And I know me and Chris, we're always going head to head. So I'd always be checking. And if he sold a couple more accounts to me, I'd be like, all right, I got to go out and get these accounts. And it feels amazing just being on top of the leaderboard. And you're like, yes, I did the best for today. Like, good job. But then you come back and you're like, yeah, you did 3 or 4 sales today. Like, good job, man. Like, it's just awesome uplifting everyone and uplifting yourself at the same time.
That's such a good dynamic. Right.
It really is.
But I think that's what some people don't realize is like, honestly, Matt DeJesus said this really great thing is your vibe is your tribe. And I think that we get it from cheerleading. We get it from a lot of the stuff we've done in our lives, but you really aren't going to I think the law of attraction is such a real thing in the sense that as long as you're working hard enough to do something, you're going to put yourself in a situation that you can succeed, as well as the people around you. I mean, the 5 people you hang out with, the 5 people you hang out with the most, the ones that affect you and your mindset the most. And if you're putting yourself in a situation like you've been in the last year, where it's a competitive, but it's a gracious competitive. Like we want everyone to succeed, but I'm going to try to do my best anyways. I'm only out there to beat me, but I'm going to prove it to everyone else that I'm that great as well. That kind of mentality begates success. It allows people that are really striving and trying to be their best to do that.
Yeah. No,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The environment out there is just unreal. It's full of hardworking college students who like to make money and like to have fun. It really is such a blessing, and I'm so blessed to have this opportunity. And if anyone listening out there, is interested in Aruza Marketing, feel free to hit me up. I love talking to people about Aruza. I would literally sit here and talk about Aruza for hours on hours. It really did change my life, especially since I really had like a rough background and not really future. This has given me some sort of future, and I'm honestly blessed for this opportunity.
Well, I will say that number one, you already know I'm extremely interested in this. I'm extremely interested in this. But aside from that, I'm glad I'm going to be talking to your people soon, and I'm glad we even did this because it gave me a lot more insight. But number one, I already talked to you about this a little bit, but you really should be in the grindstone. And our whole goal, again, we have a lot of things we're doing with the doors, but we're basically creating a conference around the idea of exactly what we're talking about and trying to get really interesting people like you, like me, like Zach, like Chris, like a whole bunch of other people to go out and just try to help others, teach others in a way and then do cool shit. And honestly, it'd be great for you to be a part of that. But man, dude, this was a great podcast.
It is super
man.
Cool.
It was great talking to you, dude.
Yeah, this podcast is awesome. I do appreciate y'all for getting me on this call, and I'll be more than happy to come back on and do another one with y'all.
We'd love to have you, Matt. Love to have you. So, Matt, as we wrap things up, I got a final question for our viewers. If you could give one piece of advice to anyone on the planet, what would it be?
Give one piece of advice to anyone on the planet. Ooh, that's a tough one.
I know.
Well,
let's put you on the spot.
Yeah, put me on the spot. If you aren't happy at where you're at, don't sit there, be complacent. Do something about it. If you're not happy with your job, not happy with your life, not happy with school, do something about it. And don't be afraid to take that opportunity. Don't care. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. It only matters about what you think about yourself.
Damn right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got chill bumps over here. I don't know if y'all do, but I got chill bumps.
Nice.
Yeah. And if anyone listening to this is interested in Aruza Marketing, feel free to contact me. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about it.
All right. Hell yeah.
Man, this was great.
Hell
This
yeah.
was great. Thank you for coming on, Matt. We do appreciate it. Anytime, brother, that you would like to come back on or just jump on or you have anything to talk about, we would love to have you on. And for you listening out there right now, remember, you're the developers of your own opportunities. You have the power today to change who you are. You have the power right now to determine your own future. So remember, be passionate about your own life. As always, we are the developers of our own opportunities, reinforcing
And I'm
success.
Nicholas Sternloff.
I'm Zachary Otts. We hope you have a blessed
There you
day.
go. There you go.
Doors.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
All right. All right. All right.